Princess Diana's birthday and you're going to launch alcohol when she died?
And the content is like
Over
14% alcohol.
But I mean, Princess Diana passed away from a drunk driver.
Yeah.
And I mean, does Meghan not understand, or is she doing this on purpose?
Meghan Markle, for once, I'm going to do exactly what you want.
Yes, I would ask people to tell the truth.
Good. I promise I will. And so too will the Sidley Twins, Nancy and Stephanie, joining me today on their birthday. I love it. I wasn't meant to say anything, was I? But girls,
no, you're fine.
I'm so
you're
sorry.
fine.
But girls, look,
It's fine. It's fine.
I have an amazing birthday present for you, and I know this is exactly the present that you would have wanted. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, so many fears about her health after that last-minute withdrawal from attending Royal Ascot, has made her first public appearance in the past few hours. This is absolutely gorgeous, ladies, because she has arrived at a hospital in Colchester, joining patients and staff at the Royal Horticultural Society's Wellbeing Garden to plant the roses named after her. And she looks just absolutely glowing, obviously still very slight, but this is absolutely what we needed and wanted to see today before we talk about the mess of Meghan Markle's as ever wine launch. Let's just listen in, actually. Let's listen in to Catherine having a chat. Big news, Outspoken is now available as a podcast too. So please do subscribe wherever you get yours, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and make sure you rate and review. I'll take 5 stars, if you may.
Finished his ambulance career now. He's incredibly grumpy and miserable. Hi, I'm Harry. Hello. Hi, Victoria. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Joe. And how are you finding it? Is it a good space for you?
It's amazing.
You found a family?
So it's all brand new. Everything helped the people.
Yeah, and it is complimentary. It's not one instead of or.
Young to hear.
But yeah, and lots of places. You know, when people are going through such a tough, really great. I'm so glad a space like this is here. The likes of yourselves and for so many other families.
Oh, girls, isn't that the best birthday present? She looks
It
glowing.
really is.
And just hearing her voice and knowing, okay, she's back. She's back.
It's such a relief.
I mean, all I could think about when I saw it this morning was that is the future Queen of England. And she's back and she looks wonderful.
She's radiant.
And she was talking about her experience and she's so genuine. Talk about authentic. I can't get enough of her. And I'm glad she took the time away that she needed. And I'm glad she's at her own pace, because then we see her do things like this and it's just magical. It's beautiful. And no
one should push her into anything. We do not need to push her into engagements.
Yeah.
She needs to do things on her own. And my God, what a birthday gift.
It really, I felt like
This is the best birthday in my life.
I know.
How about you?
Mine too.
Were you born on my day?
Yes.
Who was first, girls? Who's the eldest?
Nancy.
I came
Nancy.
out first.
Yeah, Nancy.
By
It
how
was
long?
weird.
By how long?
By
A minute.
1 minute.
Wow.
It was weird. I came out and then
Your poor
Stephanie
mother.
she got up and started doing the baby mama dance like Meghan. And then Stephanie just popped right out.
I popped right out.
Yeah, it was amazing.
She started twerking.
Because your
Started
mum
twerking.
actually was pregnant. Anyway,
She
Kensington
was.
Palace.
Now that's the best birthday gift ever.
Yeah.
Dancing that.
Revolting. Now look, Kensington Palace said Catherine was there to celebrate the incredible healing power of nature and raise awareness of the important role that spending time in nature plays in bringing us joy and supporting our mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. And don't you think, ladies, that actually what Catherine is doing with her recovery is going to help so many others who have been through chemotherapy? I mean, I was reading through my comments on the recent video about Catherine's health. And look, I appreciate lots of people think I shouldn't be speaking about it at all, and I understand there's a lot of debate about that. But the thing that really, I guess, encouraged me was I was seeing a lot of people who have been through their own cancer battles saying, Dan, honestly, even after my chemotherapy, it took me in some cases 5 years before I felt like I was completely normal again. And so this idea that she was just going to immediately snap back and be like she was before her cancer battle obviously is not correct. But I think it's also important that people know that, yes, obviously you would much, much rather be in remission from cancer. Of course you would. But it doesn't just end.
Of course not.
I mean, and now she has those 3 puppies that she can walk in nature.
Yeah,
you know, it's
but
like
she was mentioning that today. She did say that it doesn't stop once the treatment is over. It's going home. It's, you know, it's a new normal. And she really is just reaching out to people that probably have felt alone for so long, just feeling like, oh, I need to get back to work, or I need to start going to social functions again, just being pushed and pushed. And she's making it normal to kind of like go at your own pace. It's okay when you need to ask for help. And I just think she's just doing it wonderfully. And I can't say enough great things about her. We just absolutely adore her, especially in the States. And I get teary eyed just thinking about it, because she just looks so beautiful. And we're so happy. I remember the day that she announced her just saying she had cancer, and just being devastated, and just how far we've all come. And
Nancy went crazy.
I did go crazy that weekend.
Yeah, it was devastating for all of us. And I think it makes it all the more shocking, actually, when you have someone like that Christopher Boozy dude telling us, oh, you've got to lay off Meghan altogether. No criticism of Meghan whatsoever. And it's like, I'm sorry? Literally, Catherine announced to the world that she was suffering from this cancer, and you were trying to say that the video was fake and that there was some sort of AI thing going on. It's like, I will not just forget and move on from that, to be honest.
I think they're definitely trying to push us in that direction right now. America is not going to fall for it. I'm sorry. It's like Nancy and I are not the spokespeople for the West Coast, but we're saying, Meghan, it's not going to happen.
They're definitely
California does not like you.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to change the narrative again, and it's not going to work. I don't know. Like, Christopher Boozy is back on the scene again, causing havoc.
What's that?
He's got a Sussex squatter. I don't know if you know her, Dan, but she's absolutely terrible. She got suspended from Twitter for making, like, she has said horrible things about the Wales children, and she's going to be on his Spoutable platform or whatever. So there's something going on with him again, where I think Meghan is recruiting again, or something's going on. I just get this weird feeling. Just
Meghan wants people to start telling the truth. The truth is, your wine sucks.
All your stuff sucks.
All your products suck.
Yeah.
You want us to say it? We're going to say it. You suck, Meghan.
Yeah.
Apologize
to the British people.
Yes, we always wanted to apologize. But okay, ladies, do you promise? Do you promise to do this?
I would ask people to tell the truth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we promise to tell the truth. Well, Stephanie, let me read out your truth about this wine launch. Meghan Markle has managed to take Queen Elizabeth's name and twerk all over it. And now she's taking Princess Diana's legacy to sell alcohol on a holiday weekend when the most car accidents and DUIs occur in the United States. She's truly insane. Please be safe on the 4th. So your truth is that this launch is crass and tacky, but also potentially dangerous too.
Completely tone deaf to Americans. I had a friend actually pass away on July 4th due to drunk driving. And
well, and yesterday was Canada Day. That's like their 4th.
But I'm just saying, it's like Princess Diana's birthday, and you're gonna launch alcohol when she died,
and the content is like
over
14% alcohol.
But I mean, Princess Diana passed away from a drunk driver.
Yeah,
and I mean, does Meghan not understand, or is she doing this on purpose?
Yeah, it's to the point where we're so confused at this point that it's twisting our brains. And I didn't know you wrote that. I'm surprised you wrote that. Yeah. That's crazy. I'm like shocked right now you wrote that about the drunk driving.
Well, I mean, listen, July 4th weekend in America is the most dangerous time to drive.
They tell you to stay off the road.
There are people that are on the news right now that are saying, listen, keep your distance from driving. Walk if you have to. I mean, this is ridiculous. And she's launching alcohol that is 14.5% proof. That's nuts to me.
Well, to me, what was nuts is the fact that she actually her team actually briefed to Hello Magazine that this was some type of tribute to Princess Diana. I found that sickening. Like, maybe if she had said, okay, look, I didn't realize this was a coincidence and, we just had our launch already planned, or we're going to push it back a day or something like that. But it's like, no. This is actually her tribute to Diana, who was killed by a drunk driver. She's proud of it. Yeah, there was the briefing. That was the briefing to Hello Magazine.
Is it because it was called Rosé and Diana's the English rose? I mean, that's gross. I mean, it's just sickening. It's sickening.
Yeah, and also, did Harry know? Like, did Harry wasn't briefed on this? I remember him talking to the New York Daily Mail, and he said, listen, I'm only briefed on things that matter.
The New York Times.
New York Times. And he said, I'm only briefed on things that matter to me.
Need to know basis.
Don't you think this is need to know?
I don't think Harry's all there.
But the thing is, this guy is cucked now because he's not making any money. Yes. And so he has to do. She's saying, look, this is Netflix, baby. You're out of it. This is our money maker. This is paying for security. This is what's going to pay the mortgage. So you got to go along with it. But the other thing I just found so astonishing about the wine launch specifically is that she's forcing people to buy a minimum of 3 bottles.
Oh, for $90.
So it's $90. Like, it's greedy. It's encouraging binge drinking. It's not supportive of the squad who don't have much money. I just thought it was another really, really gross launch. And of course, the whole as ever thing, or actually, as Lady Colin Campbell said on the show last week, was never, has been a total disaster, right? Because, she did that podcast with Tina Knowles, her own podcast, and she's like, no, we can't do the scarcity strategy again. If we did the scarcity strategy again, I would agree with you. It would be a failure. We have to allow people to have the product on their shelves at all times. She tried to say a similar type of thing with Emma Grede. Well, look at what's happened with the damn apricot spread. Fans' fury as Meghan Markle's new apricot spread oversells.
But Dan, curating is not creating.
Yes.
Her walking around a rented garden is not creating apricot jam.
Yeah.
That is her sniffing. Every time she sniffs something, that is not making jam. That's not making spread or whatever she's doing. It's oh gosh, curating's not creating.
Yeah, and there is a ton of Sussex squad on TikTok right now making videos that I have downloaded that are basically pissed off at her right now because she specifically said on Emma's show that she doesn't want to disappoint people in that way. So she would rather not launch something unless there's enough product to go around. Correct? Am I crazy? She said that, right?
She literally said it.
So I'm not going crazy.
I mean, like the strategy did seem to change every 2 hours, but no, she did say that. Oh my God, by the way, on the whole curate thing, you're not the only one who's annoyed about that because Richard Eden from the Daily Mail wrote
yeah.
on X. I wish someone would curate Meghan's English. You can't curate a single item. And according to Taz, also posted on this, so she's used the same scam as last time. Takes too much money for products she doesn't have. And it's fascinating, isn't it, that she decided to push ahead with this. I think it shows her delusion, her arrogance, and actually her insanity too, because it's like, how on earth can you go public and say, no, we're not going to do this unless we get it right, and then make all the same mistakes? But first, if you're like me, you've spent so much time trying to find the perfect skincare treatments for your face, only to realize you're neglecting this area, right? The skin on your neck. But I have noticed, as I'm in my 40s, that is a massive oversight, because the neck is on display all the time, yet so many folk just treat it as an afterthought in their routine. But so many women in the Outspoken audience will know that the skin on your neck is thinner, more delicate, and less oily than facial skin, which means it requires specialized care. That's why I was completely blown away when I received my, and oh my goodness, I love it. How beautiful is this? The Go Pure Tighten and Lift Neck Cream, a product transforming the lives and the necks of women, and I have to say, some men too, all across the globe. It's a gorgeous product. I saw a noticeable difference within just weeks, and I know that it can become a game changer for you too. And the big news is Outspoken viewers and listeners get 25% off Go Pure using the code DAN at checkout, D-A-N. Just head to gopurebeauty.com/Dan, use the code DAN, and you're all set. Go Pure's proprietary firming complex is designed to visibly firm and smooth the skin on your neck and your chest, actually, if you want to use it there too, in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. In a consumer study, 100% of users said their skin looked more supple, 97% noted a firmer appearance. What incredible numbers! Indeed, Go Pure's full line of science-backed skin and body care have delivered for over 100,000 real women with real results. Dermatologist recommended, cruelty-free. I know how important that is for so many of you. And with over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret can no longer be called a secret, right? So tighten, lift, and restore elasticity in your neck, because your skincare routine shouldn't stop at your jawline. For a limited time, Outspoken viewers and listeners get that whopping discount, 25% off. You just have to use the code DAN, Dan at checkout. So head right now to gopurebeauty.com/Dan, use the code Dan, and you're all set. And after you do buy, do us a little bit of a favor. When they ask where you heard about Go Pure, tell them it was after watching Outspoken. But now, back to the show.
She is wasting people's time.
I think it was
that she is polluting the environment, having jam sent 2,000 miles away. I mean, it's insane. She is wasting everyone's time. She could be doing so much good in this world, and she is wasting her everything. I mean, she wants to be Meghan, Duchess of Sussex.
And and what's up with that? Why is she using that title to promote product? I mean, seriously, is it just like I am so beyond over that.
The Queen
like
would be
Meghan
rolling in her grave.
I mean, this is the whole point of why we're here, why you're here, why everyone's here, is to honor the late Queen and her legacy and not have Meghan pollute it. How are they keep allowing her to use her title to push crappy product? This is exactly what the Queen did not want. This was the one thing she was like, no on.
Totally. And you know, the thing is, even the jam is a total scam. You know, I've been calling it scam jam for a very long time now. But because finally, after this massive search, it was discovered that her jam is actually made in a factory 2,000 miles from Montecito.
2,000!
And you know, she tell us all that this was inspired by her recipe, crafted in her own home kitchen, and she didn't want to mass produce anything.
Yeah, and she says she doesn't have enough she's like, oh, there's so much time in the day to spend with my kids.
I work so hard.
Harry and Meghan have never worked a day in their life. They have no work ethic. They don't care about anyone else but themselves, and they're grifting. Now they're grifting off Americans for money.
Well, I don't think they're doing a very good job.
No,
I mean,
they're
this
not.
is what can I sort of give my theory on what happened
Please.
with the wine yesterday?
Please.
I think she sold it in packs of 3 and what was it, 6 and whatever.
It was 90 for 3.
Whatever, and then other bundles. But I don't think it was selling very well, because there were a lot of squatties on TikTok that said they would not buy it if the wine was over $40. Well, guess what? It was over $40. And I mean, like you said, they just don't have the money. A lot of people just don't have the money to spend right now on that stuff.
Yeah.
And, who's going to buy her crappy wine? So I think what happened during the launch yesterday was it wasn't selling. She was not being able to push the wine.
It didn't sell in 45 minutes.
I don't think it sold out in 40, but she had to pull it at some point and say, we got to say it sold out, because that's my thing. If it doesn't sell out within under an hour, then
we're losers.
This is all I'm known for now, is selling out. I want to be like Yeezy. She wants to be Kanye West with Adidas. And I think that's what happened with the wine. I don't think it did well yesterday. That's just my opinion. I'd love to see the units that she sold, but she'll never show us
Where
that.
are the metrics, Dan?
Yeah, where are the metrics?
Where are the metrics?
100%, because the only metric she has actually released was to InStyle saying that they had increased production by 50%. But unless you know the initial number, it's totally meaningless. And I have seen some metrics actually showing that not that many people are actually visiting the website, right? The As Ever website. So all of this has been a campaign and PR and a campaign and spin. But where it's so typically Meghan Markle, right, is that she told all of us she wasn't doing the scarcity strategy because she's a liar. And we know she is doing the scarcity strategy because it's all that she's got. I find it so embarrassing, don't you, though, that like, this is just like everything she's using. It's like, it's all cheap and tacky product stuff. Like it's the type of stuff used like for the Yellowstone. I think the wine is used for the Yellowstone TV series wine. The tea is used for the Bridgerton tea. Like none of this is like high end. None of this is like Martha Stewart, Gwyneth Paltrow stuff. It's all cheap and tacky stuff that is usually used for TV series or people who just want to slap their name on a product, right? Like the Barry Manilow wine, right? And yet she is trying to claim that this is in some way a luxury product at bargain basement prices. It's not. She is providing bargain basement products at luxury prices. It just doesn't make any sense.
But Dan, I actually did research last night before I went to bed. I typed in #AsEverJam on Instagram. Dan, there were maybe 2 posts from someone's house. The rest of the Instagram hashtags were stuff that came from her profile or stuff that came from As Ever Official. There was nothing like, oh, I'm trying the jam. I mean, if I bought something, I mean, Nancy, listen, if Nancy and I bought something, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have, like, if we bought Dan Wootton, like shirts, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to hashtag Dan Wootton shirts.
And we're going to be like this.
And we're going to be like this.
On Instagram.
And we're going to hashtag it.
Yeah.
And that's going to go up on Instagram. There's nothing on Instagram saying that she has sold anything to
the people.
Where are the people, Dan?
Where are the customers?
Well, the thing
I
is,
want to know where those are.
I would have no doubt that there is a whole load of murky business going on with the Sussex squad, because we know that the Sussex squad have always done this type of murky business, using bots, using trolls. And the thing is, there is like this arm's length relationship between Meghan and the Sussex squad. So she can say, oh, well, I've got no idea what they're doing. But she has never once condemned them, never once publicly distanced herself from them, because she knows that these nutters, some of whom no doubt have been paid by certain agencies over the years. Now, again, there's this arm's length relationship to try and protect her. And as a result, they're the ones that are doing the dirty business. And it's all just a game. It's all just a game because, as you say, no one wants this crappy wine, hence why she's forcing people to buy three bottles of it. But look, can we just look at the big picture this week, though? Because, of course, Prince Harry is in a bad place. Everyone admits that now. And this post from Meghan's mole, I thought, really just summed it up, where sometimes a picture, tells 1,000 words. And they wrote, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced their engagement in November 2017. 8 years later, this is what they look like. Is this Meghan's idea of thriving? And we saw Harry emerge this week at this Nexus conference in New York. I compared him to sort of like an HR executive giving a speech to a whole load of gathered staff members who really don't want to be there on a lunchtime. And I was just like, man, oh man, he's in New York City. There's no buzz around it. No one cares. He's just taking the dollar. He's pulling out all the same old lines. And I thought, this is not how it was meant to be.
Absolutely not. We actually watched the video and analyzed a little of it. It's a script that has said before. I mean, you know this, Dan, that companies can hire celebrities, influencers, whatever, to talk for an hour or give motivational speeches. Mm-hmm. And obviously this is what it was. And Harry, you could tell he has said the words before, but he was slurring them, mumbling,
not getting them out correctly. His eyes were very dilated. Yeah, it was. You could tell he is definitely spiraling out of control.
Yeah. Let's just have a little look at some of this before you guys go on, just in case people did miss your video. Watch this.
The work that we collectively are doing and all the progress that we're achieving, that is, the digital world is not done responsibly, that it's going to turn back that progress. And we see it now, especially with climate change. So that became a focus. And then we started to meet a lot of parents who'd lost their kids to social media, majority through suicide. And that's when it started to really make sense for us. And going back to your initial question, one of the pieces to why the digital world was so important to us is because my wife in 2018 was the most trolled person in the world. So there was a lived experience in that, but at no point did we suddenly think, okay, well, let's go and let's take.
Guys, I totally know what you're saying. He is not a well man, is he?
No, he's not well.
That's painful to watch.
It's painful to watch. I immediately thought of Joe Biden and how angry I was.
After they pushed him.
I read Original Sin, the Jake Tapper book, and how angry I was at Jill Biden and the family and the aides. And
the Democrats.
I immediately felt the same rage and anger when I saw that video. Who let Harry go on stage in that form or in that shape? I would wrestle my sister to the ground and say, you're not going on right now.
Totally. But she needs him earning the money. She needs him earning the money. That's the problem. And he probably got about $250,000.
She also needs that video. She needs that for the divorce, allegedly. And I'm talking about in Amber Heard terms. She needs this because she will come back and she will say, look what he was doing. Drugs. How would he take care of children? That's exactly what's going on right now.
Totally. Sometimes, though, you do have to laugh. I know it's very serious, right? I know it's very serious. But just imagine you've paid someone between $250,000 and $750,000. And this is the pearl of wisdom they release.
The longer that we are on planet Earth, the more experience we have.
Sorry, Stephanie Nance, it just makes
me laugh. Funny. No, it is funny.
That's insane.
It's just like look, this is a guy, and I really don't mean this cruelly, but sometimes this does apply to royals, and I'm such a monarchist, and I say this so affectionately. Harry was very successful when he was seen and not heard. Or if he was heard, it was a very tightly controlled palace operation because this guy has nothing to say. He has nothing to say. You know, what does it even mean?
It means nothing.
It's like Joe Biden.
Harry was never meant to get married. He was never meant to do these kind of speeches. Harry was, I'm sorry, he was a spare. Let Prince William do it. No one expected this to happen.
You can be a spare. You can be a spare and still support your brother. You can be a spare and be an awesome spare. I mean, if I found out you were going to be the Queen of England tomorrow, I would be your biggest cheerleader. I would be so happy. And this really was Meghan. Meghan did this to him. I'm so tired.
Meghan is the problem.
Meghan is the problem. I mean, there's no other way of slicing it.
Meghan is the problem. No, you are so right. And of course, if you do want to give the Sidley Twins a birthday present, then do subscribe to their amazing must-watch YouTube channel. And I would also love you to subscribe to my Substack as well, www.outspoken.live, for first access to the Royal Uncancelled After Show, Monday to Friday, live or on demand. Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.